Welcome back to the show, everyone. I'm your host, Dr. Mel. And today I'm going to dive into the essential steps for building an online business with purpose. If you're seeking your God-defined purpose, then I have some actionable steps to guide you toward that successful journey of starting your own online business. So let's get started. Are you in a new season of your life? Are you stuck and searching for clarity so you can make a career change? Do you just need the courage to switch careers? Are you ready to follow God's plan for your career? Welcome to Choose Your Next Yes. Hi, Kindred. I'm Mel, a career transition coach, mom of grown-ups, coffee lover, and God girl. I've had a lot of big life changes, and I haven't always been clear about God's plan for me. This led to stress and anxiety and a lack of clarity and courage to make a career move. I finally started listening to God's voice to find clarity and peace and stopped being scared to make a move and achieve my career transition goals. Now, my mission is to help you learn to listen to God's voice and know when to say yes to the career you've always wanted and no to everything else. Let me show you how to clarify your purpose and find courage to pursue your personal and professional goals in your midlife and beyond. Throw down your self-doubt, dust off your dreams, Kindred. It's time to reset and refine and reclaim the woman you once aspired to be. As I got closer to midlife, I started realizing that I had more to give and that I really wanted to find my purpose, exactly what God is wanting me to do next in my life, the purpose for which He created me. And He knew that I was going to come to this point. So He has been helping me get prepared and giving me the tools in my tool belt all through my life for this moment. And understanding the importance of purpose-driven entrepreneurship is really empowering, especially when you're kind of reclaiming those aspirations that you may have had that maybe got put on a shelf and you're trying to dust those back off, or you've just been working to fill those aspirations all of these years. And you want to use the talents that God gave you to actually walk in the purpose for which you're created or for which you are pivoting into now. We do fulfill different purposes throughout our life. So I was a mom for a long time. And now I'm still a mom, don't get me wrong, but I'm not a full-time mom anymore. So my purpose has changed just a little bit. And being a full-time mom was so fulfilling. But now that my kids are older and they don't need me as much because they're adults and they want to start their own lives and they want to do their own thing and they want to find out who they are, I am back to trying to figure out who I am. You may be feeling the same way, or you may have some different reasons for wanting to start your own online business. Maybe you want to reclaim the identity that you thought you were going to have when you were younger, when you were growing up, when you were a teenager, and then life kind of took over, and not a bad thing at all. It's definitely being a mom was such a blessing to me and still is. I'm just a different kind of mom now. I'm a little bit more removed and my kids come to me when they need me, or my 19-year-old still comes to me when he needs money. But for some of you, you may be really wanting to reclaim who you wanted to be because you kind of maybe had to put some things on hold and you didn't get to do the things that you really, really wanted to. And being a mom or a caregiver or a wife or working for whomever has given you so much background knowledge and skills that you can use now in a different way. And I am going to venture to say with 100% certainty that your skills have evolved and you've grown so much in all of these years. And purpose-driven entrepreneurship, which is what I am working toward, it provides a path to rediscover your passions, your talents, those aspirations that you put on the shelf and that have gotten dusty, and you're ready to pull those back off and dust them off and put them to good use. Or maybe you just want to own your own business because you want to own your own business. It's empowering owning your own business and being your own boss. And building an online business allows you to take ownership of your future, and it creates opportunities that are aligned with your values and your interests. It helps you be a leader and make decisions autonomously, and it helps you carve out your place in the professional world on your own terms. Because when you work for someone else, you don't get to do things on your own terms. You have to do it on their terms. And that doesn't always align with your values, your interests, your passions. Or maybe you just need a little bit more fulfillment in your life. And pursuing entrepreneurship driven by your own purpose helps you to find deep fulfillment, and it helps you to contribute to something meaningful and impactful. I chose to be a service provider. I'm a coach and a consultant, and that just fills me up. I love teaching. No matter how it looks, I love being a teacher, and I love teaching adults. I'm able to share a valuable service that people are looking for. I'm also able to share my expertise I have gained all of these years in education and in owning my own businesses along the way. I think maybe I've said this before, that I've always owned a business of some sort for tax benefits. Now, I've sold pretty much anything you can sell, those MLMs. Not only did I get some great product for myself without having to pay full price, I learned some business building skills along the way. And now my service work in my coaching and my consulting, it gives me a sense of purpose. And it's really satisfying to be able to help other people in an area where they are seeking help, where they need to grow. I'm able to make a difference in someone else's life and help them in an area that they need to grow in. Maybe you just want some more flexibility in your schedule. Purpose-driven entrepreneurship offers that flexibility, and it helps you be adaptable. It's a way that you can design your own business around your lifestyle, your priorities, your personal circumstances, and it helps provide that sense of freedom and that autonomy in owning your own business and making your own choices and decisions. Or maybe you just want to inspire others. And when you embrace purpose-driven entrepreneurship, you become inspirational. You're a role model for others facing similar challenges or aspirations. You can be that beacon of hope and encouragement for those who are right now, really, they're just working that 9-to-5 job and they're just not satisfied, or they've been in the career life for a long time that they didn't choose and they're ready to make that pivot. You are that hope, that encouragement, because they can see they can pivot now. They can do something different. You don't have to stay stuck where you've been all of these years. And even if you're uncertain about your next steps, it's okay. You just need to take that next step, and others can see that you don't have to have it all laid out perfectly. You can take those bold, imperfect action steps. So in essence, purpose-driven entrepreneurship, it really empowers you to not only reclaim your aspirations and those talents that you've got put away, but it helps you to take action on that journey that you really want to go in, that journey of self-discovery, growth, contribution, making an impact. And it enables you to create meaningful work that aligns with your values and your passions. And that is ultimately going to lead to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. So that was the why. But what does it look like when you're putting this into action? So I have 4 points for you, or 4 steps, 4 tips, whatever you want to call it. So number 1, you need to define your niche clearly. Clarity in your target audience allows for you to really tailor your content and what you're offering to your audience. So your action step is to spend some time reflecting on who specifically you want to serve. Do a brain dump of all the things that you might want to do, and then really start narrowing it down. Start talking to people, getting some clarity, asking questions. I told you I'm a lurker on Facebook groups. I go in there and I listen to their words. I hear what they're saying. And that has helped me so much to refine my niche or who I'm serving. Number 2, create compelling content. Compelling content resonates with your audience's journey of their own self-discovery and their purpose that they're seeking. So your action step is to develop a content strategy that includes various formats such as blog posts, podcasts, videos, social media content. I'm very specific in what I do. So I started with podcasting. I use social media for advertising, specifically Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. But I've recently added blog posts to my website for my educational end of my coaching and consulting. And I did that because educators are readers and they like to see things visually. Even though we like to hear things, we also like to see things because we want to remember we've got a lot of stuff going into our head, a lot of information and stimulation constantly going into our brains. And sometimes we forget things. So I like to see it also. And I like to know where to go if I need to refresh my memory and go back and look at it. So I have that now. I've started that recently on my website. And I was very specific in that. And you need to be very specific also to ensure that your content is addressing your audience's needs and they're able to find it in the areas where they are living. So if your people are living in Instagram world, then you need to be posting on Instagram. You need to put your content there. If your people are living in the podcast world, that's where you need to be putting your content. And I am continually refining my content, my messaging. I'm always looking for a better way to get the content out there, get it across to my audience, because what resonates with one person may not resonate with another and vice versa. So I'm always looking for that way to resonate with the people that I need to resonate with. And then number 3 is be engaging with your community. I have some Facebook groups. I have one for each of my podcasts. I have my Midlife Women podcast and my educator group. I try to build that engagement. I try to put that content in there that is going to build that engagement both ways. Me engaging first if I have to, but then also trying to get engagement from my audience as well. And building a strong community fosters that connection and support with your audience. So your action step is to actively engage with your audience on social media, respond to comments, consider creating a private online group, which I have in my Facebook group. And this is simply so your audience, your group members, they can connect with each other on a deeper level. I learned so much from other people who are in the same Facebook group with me because they are there for the same reason I am there. They are wanting to learn. They're wanting to put information out. So they're giving tips, but they're also receiving a lot of great feedback and information. And 4, which I kind of mentioned already, is offer some valuable resources. Providing those valuable resources, it really establishes your expertise and it nurtures relationships with your audience. So your action step is to create some free guides, do some webinars, host some workshops that address the specific pain points that your audience is experiencing. And we'll talk more about that as well, what that looks like. But that comes through your research and figuring out who your audience is, or maybe what challenges your audience faces, and then use that information to create those resources and use those as lead magnets to grow your email list, your following, all of the things. Guys, building an online business with purpose, it's not just about generating revenue, but it's about making a really meaningful impact in the lives of your audience and yourself. And by following these 5 steps and aligning your business with your passions, your purpose, your values, you can create a platform that empowers you to embrace this next yes with confidence and clarity. Remember, it's not just about what you do, but why you do it that truly matters. And I do this because you are my why, your desire to make a pivot in your career at this time in your life. I want to help you do that through my messaging, through my platforms. And I don't know if you could tell or not, but I kind of have a little bit more of a smile in my voice or some pep in my voice toward the end of this episode. My youngest son, Luca, finished up with his 18-week welding school yesterday, and he called during the recording of this episode, just when I was almost to the end, to tell me that he thinks he has a job in New Mexico. So he's excited. I am so excited for him. My excitement isn't just for him. It's for you guys too, because when you are stepping into the career that you are ready to step into. It's so exciting and it's so fulfilling no matter what age you are, whether you're 19 or 45 or 50 or beyond. A new career can light up your life. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you enjoyed today's content, please hop over to Apple Podcasts or Apple iTunes and leave me a rating and a review. That way I know you're listening and it helps me grow the show. Also, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. I hope today's show was a blessing to you as you continue on your path toward everything that God has in store for your life and your career. May the Lord bless and keep you. May His face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift you up and give you peace. Bye-bye.